Hi, welcome to POLS 2170, Introduction to International Politics. This is a quick welcome video to get you introduced to the class and a quick review of the syllabus and what's expected of you during this semester. So the class is asynchronous online, meaning that we do not have any live Zoom sessions. So I want to get started by giving you a quick shortcut to the Blackboard page on the Stockton main page. So you can go to the Go button to go into your portal, and then you would log in here and then go to Blackboard. But I will give you the tip to type in BB9 in the toolbar to bypass the portal and go directly into Blackboard. So once you're in there, you can open our course. So Introduction to International Politics. And right now I'll put it on the student view. So you see on my screen now what you should see on your screen. Each week by Tuesday at 8 a.m., I will upload everything for the course. So right now, if you click on all weekly course materials, it's not yet Tuesday at 8 a.m., so you see a quick welcome message. And then all of these folders will fill in for each week, again, no later than Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. So let's go through the syllabus and get started. So I'm giving you some options here in this page for accessing the required textbook and the inquisitive system. So there are two required textbooks, or one required textbook, and then the online digital system that goes along with the textbook. The syllabus includes some more information, and then I put some additional links here in Blackboard for you as well. In addition, last semester, or rather last spring, when the pandemic started, I made color copies of all of the chapters in the textbook. So you will see a list of PDFs here, and you can download any of them for the course. The files are quite large because they are color scans. So again, you'd want to download them individually. I will also post these color scans in each of the folders for the week. So when you start the course, again available this Tuesday, you'll see a folder in here that will have chapter 1, and then inside that folder will include some basics about the chapter, some key terms, some flashcards, as well as a copy of this color scan of the actual chapter from the book. Okay, so let's get started by looking at the syllabus. So I want to give you a quick definition of what international politics is. The best definition of politics is from a political scientist named Howard Laswell, and it is defined simply as the process of making decisions about who gets what and how much. And when you think about politics as that, just a simple process of making decisions, it becomes a lot easier to understand what international politics is. It also, hopefully, should make you realize that there are politics everywhere, right? So when we think of politics as just the process of making decisions about things, about rules, about distribution of resources, about how we want to behave either in our local community, at our state, in our country, and here at the international level. So it really includes everyone, every group, countries, businesses, organizations that you belong to, and you as an individual citizen, whether you're a citizen of the current country that you're in right now or not. So when you think of international politics, it's quite broad, right? But when we think about what it is that we study in international politics, it becomes a little bit easier when you're thinking about, well, what do we make decisions about? Well, we make decisions about war, about security, about the environment, about economics, about human rights, about all kinds of issues and complex problems that cross borders. So international politics is the process by which the world system makes decisions or fails to make decisions about some of these key issues. And that's really what this class is about. So let me continue with the syllabus again to give you the quick overview. So my introduction is here. You can see the course attributes. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment, but it's a Q2 class with an I subscript, and it counts towards the Global Studies minor. I do want to highlight to click on this Remind link to sign up for Remind text messages. So I will use this text messaging system to speak to all of you, and you can reply back and send me text using the Remind system. I will also give you a quick remind nudge when I'm in virtual office hours. I do have a lot of office hours this semester, largely because I'm teaching political science methods at the same time. Typically, this class does not require as much, but in a world where you're taking a lot of your classes online, I recognize the need to be flexible. So if you do need to meet with me outside of these hours, please just send a text, send me an email, and let me know. So I also highlighted the help desk here. So if you have any technical issues in this class, please contact the help desk. More importantly, if you feel like you don't have adequate access to the computer resources that you need or the Wi-Fi that you need to succeed in this online class, you should also contact them. The university has resources for you. So the university is trying to make sure that all students are equipped with the resources that they need to succeed during the pandemic when they're taking a larger number of online classes than they may in normal circumstances. So again, please reach out to the help desk to advocate for yourself, knowing that there are resources available. So I do make a note down here about pandemic safety. For our class, this is mainly going to come up if you or someone close to you, someone that you live with, is impacted by COVID, how to contact the Care and Community Standards Office so that they can speak to me and your other professors on your behalf. That's the benefit that you get from going right through the Care and Community Standards Office. So I would suggest to contact them immediately if you have anything that comes up that will impede your progress in this class. They're there to help you. So the course description gives you some idea of what we're going to be doing in this class, but really it can be broken down into these 4 themes. So we'll start off with the first 3 chapters of the book about the basics of the world system. The history, not all of it, it's not going to cover all of world history, but it's going to cover some basics about the world system and give you some analytical tools to understand the rest of the topics. And then we'll move into topic 1 about conflict, security, and war. Then we'll move into international political economy, which is about trade, finance, and money. And then finally, we'll talk about transnational politics, and this includes international law, human rights, and the environment. And then we'll wrap up with a section on future challenges. So I'll let you scroll through the learning outcomes on your own. And then here, there's an explanation for why this class is a Q2. So the first sentence tells you everything that you need to know. Political science, not punditry, nor is it journalism. So this is a social science class, and we are going to use data, quantitative data, to make sense of the world. And we will do so through the analytical frameworks in the textbook. So the first couple of chapters and the mini lectures that I will record for you will give you a sense of how to think about the world. And then each week you'll be completing exercises. I will set you up with all the links and resources that you need, but you'll be working with live data sources about all of the issues that you'll be covering in order to answer some of the empirical puzzles that you'll be working on in this class. We will also cover some very basic introduction to what's called game theory. If you're a gamer, this is right up your alley. So this is a mathematical approach that is designed to model how people behave under certain circumstances. And the world system is set up in such a way that we can model how we expect countries to behave under certain conditions or under certain circumstances. So that's another application of mathematical modeling that, again, you're just going to dip your toes into. You're not going to be creating or solving game theory problems. It's just a rough overview at this level course. And through the Q2, I really hope to convince you of the value of quantitative analysis and research methods to make sense of the world around us. Social scientists will typically use different types of methods to understand the world around us. Some of it involves quantitative data, which is numbers, and sometimes it includes qualitative data, which is not numbers. And that could mean observations of human behavior, speeches, letters, any kind of writing. But this class focuses on quantitative because sometimes there's a gap in students' understanding of how you can use evidence and quantitative data to make sense of the world around you. So that's the purpose of this class carrying a Q2 designation. And I hope you enjoy getting to learn to work with data at a basic level. Algebra is as far as you'll be asked to go. But by the end of the course, you should have a really good sense of available data and its promises, but also its limits in explaining the world system. So there are required books for the class. There are, again, as I said before, really two that you have to use to complete the weekly assignments. And that is the World Politics book, the 4th edition. It's a turquoise cover. And then the Norton Inquisitive System. You will be entering the Inquisitive System through Blackboard to complete all of the assignments. So you have two options to get access to both. You can buy the digital bundle, or you can buy the book and then get access to Inquisitive separately. And you can do that by clicking this link, or you can actually wait until the first Inquisitive assignment is linked in Blackboard, at which point you will follow the link and then you will get prompted to either purchase a copy of Inquisitive or to enter your code. So there are many ways to get both of these, again, the book and the Inquisitive system. Other course technology, we will be using the Remind text messaging system again. I will also be using Twitter. So about halfway through the semester, I will be assigning during some weeks, not all, a Twitter assignment to get you used to working with a social media or digital network in talking about professional topics. Here, we'll have some special topics, and it's a very specific targeted assignment where you're given very detailed instructions on what to do. So until that point, just get yourself a professional Twitter, and if you don't until that point, you'll be prompted again to do that before you start the Twitter assignment. Everything for this class is going to be in Blackboard, so you'll have access to the entire course, and all assignments will be through Blackboard. And then again, about the computer requirements, you may be able to get away with a tablet for some parts of this class, not for all. So do yourself a favor and check out the laptop buying guide. And again, contact the help desk if you're having trouble with getting an appropriate computer. So let's move on to talk about what everybody is wondering. What do I have to do for this class? So the first category is weekly inquisitive assignments. So this is a key thing to know about these assignments. They let you, or the system lets you, keep answering questions until you reach a score of 100%. So you are in charge. It's adaptive. So if you answer all of the first 10 questions correctly, great. You can stop when you reach that point and you earned a perfect score. But if you miss any of those questions, it will keep giving you additional questions that are based on the ones that you got wrong in order to let you learn more and also reach that score of 100%. And the idea, and it's actually been tested through scientific study, the idea is that the system teaches you rather than tests you. So it really does enhance your learning about the material, which is why I'm assigning them. And then that prepares you for the weekly chapter quizzes. So these will be short weekly quizzes that are based on the readings and that also stem from the inquisitive assignment. So the inquisitive assignments will set you up for success to take the weekly quizzes. And I've dropped the two lowest for each of the inquisitive assignments and the chapter quizzes. And you do get a couple of attempts, but it is timed and it is open book. So you can decide your strategy for a quiz that has 3 attempts, but these are going to be based on a test pool, and questions will be randomly pulled. So it's not that you'll be taking the same test over and over again for 3 attempts. So you really should put your effort into the inquisitive assignments to learn, and then that will help you move to succeed for each of the weekly chapter quizzes. And the lowest 2 allows you to just skip one here or there, or drop the lowest 2 if you happen to take them all. So it's fine if you skip 2, or you just want to do all of them and see how you do. The next category are the data exercises. So the data exercises are not going to be every week, and these are going to provide you with the opportunity to work with data. So here's where you're going to earn the Q2 designation. And in these exercises, you'll be working with live data sets, you'll be doing some calculations, and then you'll be writing no more than 1 to 2 short answers about the data that you just worked with. And then during some of the weeks, so again, you will not have data exercises every week, and you will not have other weekly exercises every week either. The schedule gives you details about which week you have which to do. For many of the weeks, you will have both the data exercise and another weekly exercise. So these other weekly exercises are going to vary quite a bit, and they're also going to give you a set of detailed instructions for how to complete them, including a rubric where appropriate. So examples include the Council on Foreign Relations World 101 module, where you're asked to complete a digital module and answer a set of questions about that module. Sometimes I'll ask you to watch a film or listen to a podcast about the topic that's in the reading that week. The Twitter assignment will also appear as this other weekly assignment. And then you might also have situations where you're asked to collaborate with classmates on a shared Google Doc or engage in a discussion post. So again, these are going to come from a variety of different sources, and if you've taken a class with me, you're probably familiar with a lot of these exercises. And then the extra credit, you can earn up to 2% of your course grade by going to any virtual event that relates to anything in international politics. And that's pretty broad. So just shoot me an email if you're not sure, and then you would attend the event and then complete a Google form that's available in Blackboard. And you can submit those all the way up until the end of the semester. So let's get right to the course schedule, and then we shall end this welcome tutorial. So the course schedule will follow the same pattern every single week, where you are asked or told what to do for how to learn this week. So you'll see the first week you're asked to read World Politics, the introduction or chapter 00, and then watch a mini video lecture. This week's is actually going to be a Google slide that has some voiceovers and one interactive activity. So it's going to be a mini lecture. It will not be really definitely no more than half an hour each time, and I will shoot to keep it under half an hour most weeks. The point of the mini lecture is to provide you with some deeper understanding of some of the trickier concepts in the reading and some of the misunderstandings in the assigned reading. And then you see there is one deadline on Friday, and that is the inquisitive assignment. And then the other 3 due dates are Sunday after the following weekend, or after the weekend at the end of the week. So for this week, in week 2, that's next week, you'll be reading chapter 1, doing some type of mini video lecture, and then you'll do the inquisitive assignment for Friday. And then by Sunday of that weekend, you'll be asked to complete a data exercise, another weekly exercise, and then the quiz for chapter 1. And I am recognizing the balance of workload here. So the length of the exercises will vary quite a bit depending on how much work you have to do that week as well. So please contact me if you have any questions at all. I really look forward to getting to know some of you this week who are brand new to international politics or political science, and I'm so happy to see so many familiar names as well. And I will add before I go that in this class, there is not a cumulative final. There are 3 things that are due for the last chapter during finals week, and that is it. So the course is built completely on this weekly schedule of things due at the end of the week, including finals week. Make sure you check out all the rules and policies as well, and there's some information on pertinent Stockton offices. So international politics is always wildly interesting, and I can't wait to study it this semester with all of you. Thanks for watching.